Good evening, everyone. My name is Bonnie Dixon, and it is a pleasure to join you in this topic. It could be a very overwhelming topic, uh, near-death experience, and the life afterwards. As my experience, first time was as a young child, and not until my 40s I realized exactly what I went through when I was young with my grandmother. My grandmother raised me, and I'm coming to you, joining you on your bedside of that loved one in transition and into the next phase after this world, into the next life. And this can be a very scary moment because we really don't know. Our fears, mine personally, was the people I may leave behind, and just not being ready, and that's the soul. That is the soul talking. The soul is everlasting. It fights with the mind, and the soul doesn't understand the end, because it's not the end. And our mind might get all, in all the overwhelming function of the reality in this world we are facing. But my heart and my prayers go out to you in this time of need, and wonder and worry that we can join together and make it a smooth, peaceful experience. And then truly that's what the whole journey of our very existence is existing in this specific time. But I want to share a story. I've had, as a young child, I experienced a loss of two loved ones that I remember never have forgotten, even. And my memory lapsed when I lost my memory. But my first one was my babysitter. I was very close to her. I was totally devastated. And remind you, at that time, if I'm not mistaken, I was legally deaf, and nobody really knew that. So I was what my mother would say, an out of control, don't know why child. But then I ended up in kindergarten, and they found out I was deaf, and so get back on the subject. I was raised by my grandmother at my younger age, and I remember being very ill. They actually tell each other, I have a little problems with my ears tonight. I feel like I'm underwater, but bear with me. It's a little strange. But I always remembered my grandmother trying to keep me cool. I'd be burning up, but yet I was cold, and people around me would be just, it seemed like they were fast forward, when you pushed a button on the recorder, it's just like fast forward. And as a young child, I didn't know what was going on. I just always kept on telling them, even when I was older, when I experienced this, is slow down, just slow down. Why you, it's like you're fast forward, slow down, And they would slow down for me, but it was never enough. And my sensitivity to my ears was like I could hear the clock ticking on the wall, and it was quite scary because I didn't know what's going on. And as a young child, the doctors could only tell my grandma that when she runs a temperature like this, keep her cool, and that's, I remember specifically, and I've had it happen many times, I would levitate. I'd come out of my body, and it was just like a snap, and bam, I was there, and I could hear almost it, it's everyone talking all at one time. I mean, like, even if there was only like two people there, it was just like just a whole bunch of talking, and like a meeting, and nobody could hear what anyone's saying. And but looking down over yourself, I guess when you have that happen to yourself so many times, and back in the 70s, you don't talk about things like that. You end up in an insane asylum or something like that. And, nowadays I thank YouTube, people that open up and are honest and, and, and tell their testimonies about the truth, and it's written, it's all together, and, abundance of numbers will be dreaming and envisioning the same things, and but I can tell you from experience that it's very much like just ascending and floating on the cloud, and you see everyone. I've heard them, and I've not heard them, and it is peaceful, but it's the love that I believe that kept me here, and and that's the best thing that you could do for them, is just be there and love them, and and that some people might be joining me that have already lost a loved one and are stuck, and it's been years, and they just can't get that out of their head, that they weren't there for that person. This is my mother and one of my grandchildren, which she's now 9 years old. But when she passed away, it was very sudden. It was, it was very shock for everyone in the family. It was very devastating. And we didn't know what to say. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to act. And I could hear her talking to me as I'm driving. And my stepdaughter, my dear old Emily, she was always there for me. She really thought I might be losing my mind a little bit. And but she was there for me, and for that transition. But my mother was wanting to see me the night before, and had just seen my oldest daughter, which she whispered in her ear and said, "Grandma, let it go. You don't have to have the pain," and that's basically what happened. I used to be so hard on myself. I wasn't there for my mom like I should. And to be there for someone, they're not alone. They're not alone. Even if there's like just the one person, or even if they are alone, when that ascending happens, there's more than just the one people that are talking, that are there, because you feel this comforting, like abundance, and you're by no chance alone, or two or three, or a few that are in that, like maybe at the hospital bed, or the nursing home, or like my mother at home in her living room, bedside. My dad was there for her. My stepdad, bless his heart, he just passed away last year. But miracles are miracles, and if we can't explain them, then back in my years, this was you don't speak of it, and you be getting all these labels on you, but we have these experiences in life to extend, to, um, reality. Reality never changes, and we're constantly changing. Yes, we're real in this body and in this vessel, and and we have our testimonies that make them true, regardless of the skepticals, out there. But it's okay too, to be skeptical if you've never experienced it, because you can't have a testimony that is honest and of the truth unless you experience it. So, um, I had another plan for the topic tonight, but this is God's autopilot. He tells me what to do, and we're always having to give in to that, and sail on the wings of an angel, and hope that our testimonies can help many people in abundance and in love, because that's what we're here for, is to experience life and the different transitional stages in life. And, I'm quite sure I don't stand alone in this topic. I want to be very easy and gentle and send you, loving, healing ways to cope and deal and be there for your family in the last moments or in the last of the moments that you will be spending with them. And if we could just, I'm in my 40s now, if we could just stop in this fast-paced world and realize that we're all going to be in the same place at one point in time, and maybe not in sync right away, but we can understand without completely having all the answers, and understanding, and just love one another, and don't ever forget that, well, life is zooming by. There's that one loved one that's might be a little scared in the process, and feel like giving up right away. And in all reality, if I didn't have the love that I've had my whole life, which it's not been butters and jam, but I can say I've been always filled with love, even if I didn't know it at the time. And that brings me to a really story. We are all together in this journey, and if it's just that one moment, that memory that keeps us connected, you must know that they are with us. And there's another territorial there I could talk about, is our loved ones visiting us in ways, and some people, it's really hard to talk about these things, and even to this day, you still have to be careful with it. And I feel sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. But I was in the book of Job, and which was quite interesting. And I work with numerals, and I seek and ask, I channel and try to come together because, the miles that are in between our bodies and our loved ones is nothing can get in the middle, not miles, not anything. You're connected to that loved one. You're connected to that loved one, consciously or unconsciously. Once you bring out that realness of it, then you realize, you start realizing these things. But I always want to share this. It is Job 33. I'll probably go backwards here, but it's Job 33:25. His flesh shall be flesher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. If you've ever noticed, when we are born, we're children. We're all children. And when we get older, we tend to start remembering where we came from, how we were created, or what we were created for, our life purpose, it's mainly in the 20s and 50s, and my heart and my prayers go out to anyone that has to be older before they find that purpose, because we definitely don't want to be, we got to get out of our comfort zone and start living instead of complaining, and find the rewind button or the pause button on this device. Anyway, we just have to realize that in the middle of our life, we are so distracted that we forget. We all forget, and that's just it. If we never lost our authenticity from childhood, where we just wanted to bask and have fun and play in the sun, and that's really life. And I've just noticed our children they're just, I see that process at my age and my grandchildren and other children, all the children that they slowly start to lose themselves. And then you see where you did it, and then memories, they are a part of us, and especially the girls. And new science, I always love it, love new discoveries. The female, I held my grandchildren in my womb when I carried my children. And when I heard about that, and then I did a little bit more research on it, I was just like, that really makes sense. And the Lord's always talking about our seeds, and our seeds being, even when we finally find our purpose, and then we watch our children, and then we watch our grandchildren, and it is such a wonderful thing. I mean, if you could just, stop and take that deep breath and just evaluate, not opinionate, have opinions about, you do this, you do that, and, it has to be their own ideas and their own, and as we get older, we start finding ourselves, and we realize that everything that we've been looking for, and everywhere but our backyard. It's in us. It truly is in us. And wherever we are, whether it be here or where they've descended, they are still with us. I love this. I got this for Christmas. It's an alarm clock. It sets my phone in it. Christmas and a happy new year. Oh my goodness, but yes, Christmas alarm clock, literally. And it's just black. Okay. Me a pretty pudding, oh, make me a pretty pudding. There we go. Okay. 101. It really is 101. Okay. Let's see. I can say by certainty that the transition from this body to our souls that have been striving all of this life in this body that's constantly changing all the time, of course, is it's definitely it's almost like a relief. Although our souls are free and struggling all the time, you know, the soul doesn't get told what to do. The soul really connected by the heart, by the divine soul, knows what to do. And our bodies, with our mind, are constantly tugging and tugging from the reality to the vessel that we're living in. And I highly believe this, from the bottom of my heart, that the soul is lingering and wanting to be free. And it's almost like that butterfly coming out of a cocoon for the next life. You know, I mean, it's got 3 parts of life. You know, it's transitional period. That you must know that when they descend, they take us with them, and a part of that is always with us. If we just find that way, because we're all unique, to ground yourself and clear out your mind, be mindful, you would know it in your own little way. And some of us panic, and once you have that awareness that it is not your soul that is portraying you, it is the vessel that just is constantly changing in this state, in this world, in this being that we're in. That it's constantly gonna be changing, you know. And there's no right or wrong. It's a constant. it's a ride of the roller coaster. And as soon as you just get giving up the wheel to that mind that overly protects and just gets upset and has that fear all the time. And it feeds a purpose, because if you think about it, the mind is what protects the vessel that the spirit's in. So you take the knowledge of that, and you're just aware that there's 1,000 things going on in your head, and if you could just mellow it in your own way, and there's 1,000 different ways you could do it, you know. I mean, it's just like getting on a bike and just feeling the breeze through your hair, or, you know, motorcycle, or why meditating, or bath water, several other things. I'm sure you can. I'd love you to share, you know, your ideas of how you get mindful and let everything go, because the transition is like a dream, and that would be another topic. But if you could dream and think of that one person that you miss so much, and if you're anything like I am, you can think about something and you can bring that dream into existence in your sleep, in your dreams, then it'd be quite interesting. Crazy phenomenons that you can't explain, like going to sleep, nothing on your mind. And how many times do we go to sleep with thousands of worries going through our mind? And then we wonder why we wake up, and then we're just constantly struggling, suffering, and pain, and you know, win. It is a win-win, because the soul is eternal, and there is peace. There is even peace here in this world right now, if you only take action and act from love. That's what we were here to do. We're here to help each other heal and become one together. But I would like to try to say a prayer to everyone out there that is have their sorrows and their overwhelming thoughts that say that we can't live without them, when they decided to leave us behind for, you know, to them it's a very short time. To us, the minutes just seem like they get longer and longer. Please join me. Dear Lord, please give us comfort in these times of need and sorrow and emptiness. Give us the courage to let go and to show that we are together in this journey. As our loved ones, we have to let go one by one, that they are still with us, and that we can see the courage that we can express together to let go and mourn, but not to mourn too long. For our loved ones, souls are going to be set free or are free, and we can do the same right here while they wait patiently, watching over us till that time that we come together. I pray in Jesus' name, give us courage for just another day. Amen. In Jesus' name we pray. It was nice to be with you, and please feel free to contact me, inbox me, hit me up on the link. My notification is on there. If you feel like pausing the video and leaving me a message so I can join you, I will be more than glad to be there. Have a good evening. Namaste.